We're alive. We're alive. Another apocalyptic prediction has come and gone, and yet we are still here. So, yay. So I really don't know what I'm going to talk about today because I kind of left it open on the off chance that something was going to occur. Plus the fact that I had other things going on. I have plenty that I could talk about, but we'll see where it goes. Somebody had asked me if my videos are scripted because I don't say very often. And no, my videos are not scripted. However, I generally have an idea of what I'm going to talk about and cover. And today is a little different. Now, the reason I don't say very often is because although my videos aren't scripted, I do hit the pause button and unpause the recording quite often. I am not the most eloquent speaker. I have Mercury in Sagittarius natally, which is great for communicating big picture ideas and things such as religion and philosophy. And so I tend to communicate in rather large strokes, getting the bigger picture across. And I don't think anyone would really disagree with that. Communicating these things in a way that people can understand them is a large part of the success of this channel. But Mercury is in detriment in Sagittarius. And if you're wondering how that can be, well, just go try to talk about religion and philosophy to people. Because we know everyone loves that. But that in of itself isn't the issue. The issue is that I have Moon in Gemini opposed to my Mercury in Sagittarius. And Moon in Gemini is a very restless place for the Moon to be. And having the Moon in the sign of communication opposed to the planet of communication, you're going to have a few issues. The best way that I could describe it, because I am a larger picture person, is that my mind and my mouth are slightly out of sync. And so I've become quite adept at pausing the recording when I need to, because if I just rambled on continuously, I would eventually trip over my words, as you would see actors do in a blooper reel, trying to get it out and they get it out wrong and have to do a retake. Or you would hear very, very long pauses of silence as I collected my thoughts to sync up my mind and my mouth, which is fine. I deal with it in the way that I have to deal with it. It is as it is. Am I going to let that stop me from communicating with people? No. If anything, it allows me to collect my thoughts before I say something. And it's better than having a full-on stutter or a very heavy lisp, as a placement like this could produce. Anyone with a severe speech impediment is going to have an issue with their Mercury or a planet in Gemini. But back to the original question, no, I do not script these videos. And don't make the mistake that people with speech impediments have diminished intelligence. It's usually quite the opposite. It's usually that the mind is running so fast that the nervous system does not have the bandwidth to accommodate that type of speed, to where the mouth simply just cannot keep up with the speed of the mind. Now, I don't want to make this a full-on mailbag, but I also had someone ask if there were any protection or ward spells that they can use because they're going to be painting and decorating a human skull for a client. And very soon, probably before I'm able to respond, as she put it. Well, I mean, there's a number of protections that you can use. Daily banishings are a good thing. White protection candles, offerings to protective spirits that you're working with. You can call on Michael, the archangel, having a protective amulet, and you can look up how to create your own. That's not that difficult to find. But all of these things are going to take some time, which is something you say you don't have a lot of. So my advice is, if things get weird or go awry, get rid of the skull. Because, see, these entities are going to be attached to objects most of the time, especially in the case of human remains. Get rid of the remains, get rid of the problem. It's usually that simple. The very best paranormal show on TV, in my opinion, or at least my favorite, was The Haunted Collector with John Zaffis. Why? Because he recognized that entities are attached to objects. It's not only their home when they're not out and about causing mischief, but it's also their anchor to the physical world. It's what they're energetically linked to. And so his approach was look for the object, find it, and then remove it, which would solve the client's problem. And then he'd take it and he'd go put it in his museum where he would actually put the protective sea salt around or on the object and neutralize it so it wouldn't cause any problems for him. You probably won't have any issue, but if you do, just, hurry up with the work and get it out of your house and you should be okay. But if you want to take the time to make your own protective amulet or boost your own protections with some protection candles and petitions to guardian spirits, along with your daily banishings, which is usually more than enough. However, it's also kind of like the old tale of inviting a vampire into your home. Just keep in mind that you are voluntarily bringing this in along with anything that may be attached to it. If anything gets too crazy, you can smudge or spurge, but it will come down to actually removing the object, in this case, the skull. But I think you'll be okay. I also got a testimonial from someone using the Secrets of Wealth program and thought I would share that with you real quick. Hi, Frater X. I hope all is well with you. I loved the Secrets of Wealth audio and have received several unexpected checks, and I won money at the casino, which never used to happen to me, since listening and putting some things in motion. Thank you so much for your knowledge you share with us. It certainly has improved my frame of mind and quality of life. Now, I get a lot of testimonials from people about my programs or how I've helped them that I don't share. But I wanted to share this one because I have been talking with this individual for some time through email, and when I first started talking to her, she had a lot of problems. Not just financially, but in a relationship, and she really didn't know what to do. And now she's getting to that turning point where things are starting to get better because she took action and she didn't give up. Because sometimes these things take a while to turn around. Everybody thinks that you do magic one time or just have to take action once and all of a sudden things will just start going your way. No, you have to keep putting these things into practice to where it's just a part of you. Not giving up, and slowly things will turn around. And she had a rough time of it. She had a lot of serious and dangerous issues that she was dealing with and facing. And so I couldn't be happier for her now that things are beginning to turn around. Not only with her finances, but with her other serious issues as well. And so I just want to say to her, keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. And to everyone else, do it until it's a part of who you are. And next I'd like to give a shout out to a channel, Danyu's Dragonfly. And I will put the link to that right here. This is a channel that I just happened across that I was really impressed with, because the channel is only 4 months old and she has a lot of videos already. And 650 some odd subscribers, which is phenomenal for only 4 months. It took me 10 months to get 100. It was far better than I ever did. And she's putting out a lot of content in a short amount of time. You can tell that she really enjoys what she's doing and is on her purpose. And I love coming across channels where people are on their purpose and doing what they love to do. And she does book reviews, she talks about tarot, a little bit of alchemy. She has a great discussion on the Led Zeppelin Zoso album, of which Jimmy Page is a known occultist who happens to share my birthday. Overall, a great channel, especially for you Wiccans and witches and female practitioners. And I can see her going really, really far with her channel. So I invite you to check it out and give her a shout out of your own. So Danyu's Dragonfly, I like what you're doing. You've been noticed. Keep walking your path and you will go very far. Now, I don't want to open the floodgate for people to start sending me their channels to get a plug. I know a lot of you have great channels and are doing great things, but this is something I just felt compelled to do. It's like how I treat my subscribers. You know, I don't go around advertising it. I treat it as those who are meant to find it will find it, and I treat my shout outs to other channels the same way. If I'm meant to come across it, I will find it. However, we are coming up on 10,000 subscribers very shortly here, and I was toying with the idea of doing something a little different. Maybe people sending in video questions for those who are brave enough to do so. I may be opening a Pandora's box with that and may get a flood of them, who knows, to where I can't answer them all either. But I thought maybe putting some faces to some of the people who have made this channel a great success. I really do have the best subscribers on YouTube, bar none. I don't really have to deal with a lot of the haters and trolls that most other channels have to deal with. That's incredibly rare on YouTube. And I feel blessed just to have people who are wanting to learn, wanting to take action, keeping positive, and just overall enjoying what I'm putting out there and having success with it. And it really doesn't get any better than that. And so yeah, if you want to send in a video question for our 10,000 subscriber milestone, go ahead and send me a message with a link to your video question with video question in the text, so I know that's what it is. I think that would be an interesting experience. And I think that will about do it for today. There are other things in the works, but for today I just wanted to sit down and ramble for a bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and open the comment section on this one just to see how it goes. So until next time, take care.